situated in Salem from 2013 to 14. He won a gold medal under the category Novice Researcher when he participated in the second International Innovation Design and Articulation Exhibition organized by UITM Perils during 16 to 17 September 2014. So we are very, very happy to have you amid us as a resource person for this webinar, sir. Now I invite Dr. Jayakumar for addressing the gathering, followed by the webinar talk.
Okay, thank you for your warm welcome, ma'am. So I am extremely glad to present this seminar. Okay, so in today's topic, we're going to see about shell scripting. Yes, ma'am. Is it visible now? Is my screen visible?
No, sir, it's not visible. Yeah, it's visible, sir, now.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. So basically, I have found a love with the Linux for past 15 years from my diploma to UG. Okay. So I working with Linux in order to gain in-depth knowledge about the system internals. So during my EG, I try to compile the entire OS and try to remodify all these functionalities of OS. So that is why I shifted to Linux in earlier stage itself. So after that, I worked with the tools like NS2, where I have to implement a new protocol. I have to modify the entire functionality. So this open source platform gives me a wide range of choice and give me a freedom to do anything within that. So I want to ask the users to use Linux from their beginning of their career itself. Okay. So let me ask a simple question about shell scripting and why it is required for a computer programmer. So can I know the audience, overall my audience, like first year, second year, or final year?
BTech third year student.
Okay, okay. So look at this diagram and try to answer what could be a shell and what is the purpose of shell. Okay, let me ask you a simple question. Can you differentiate between a Windows environment and a Linux environment? See, nothing wrong. Whatever you know, you can just say. If I take monotonously, there is no use of it. So whatever you know about Windows and Linux, just tell me.
The Windows.
Yes, anyone?
So it is a graphical user interface, and Linux is based on command
Okay,
user
very good.
interface.
Other than that, so have you used Linux from the first year itself for any purpose like lab, for any project? For what
Yes,
purpose?
sir.
What lab?
For programming, sir.
Okay. So if you compare Linux and Windows, Windows is written for end user. Okay, it is a complete system where user want to interact graphically. Okay, so whatever Windows design, it could be used for a user purpose. So it is like Windows already think about the user needs and it gives whatever he or she needs. It is like a ready-made product. Okay, so if you want to do any changes in your Windows system, you are not able to do. You have very limited customization in Windows. But in other hand of Linux, Linux is developed by the programmer and developer for the programmer and developer. But in case Windows is developed by programmer and developer for the end user. So this thing you have to stick in your mind. Okay, so if you want to be a programmer or a developer, or if you want to claim as a IT graduate or computer science graduate, we should work in Linux. So this is the basic point. Okay, so the basic thing, if there is a hardware, if you want to interact with your hardware, the operating system, the entire processing of operating system could be present in kernel. Okay, so Windows have some kernel and Linux also have some kernel. So this is the basic key part. If user want to communicate with the hardware, the kernel is the only way. Okay, so other than the kernel, there is a programming part called shell. So you have only single kernel for an entire operating system. For example, consider Windows. There should be only one kernel. In Linux, there should be only one kernel. But in the case of shell, you have different multiple types of shells available for n number of user. If you have 5 user for a single laptop, you have 5 different shell for that laptop. Okay, so this is the concept. So if you want to interact with the hardware, kernel is the important part of an operating system. Above that, there are different multiple shells available. So these shells will interact with your application compiler, okay, and all utilities and tools and softwares. Okay. So look at the definition. A shell script is a text file that contains a sequence of commands for a Unix-based operating system. So as you already told, Linux is command-based, not a graphical-based. Now let me put here another question. So which one could be easy to use? A graphical or command based?
A graphical, sir.
Okay. So at initial stage, it could feel like graphical may be easier to interact. But if you want to do a multiple process, like a million of job or billion of job, the command based is very, very easy. So already as we declared, Windows is like a ready-made and Linux is like a tailor-made. So day to day, our life